The Crimson Lions are in a dire situation as the widely acknowledged most powerful captain in the Clover Kingdom, Mereoleona, faces off against an opponent who, by all rights, she should be able to take out as easily as I take out the trash. But with the mega boost of being a paladin, somehow the mad scientist Morris manages to fight her on even grounds. Based on the leaks for this week's chapter, this might actually end up being one of the more interesting fights of this entire arc, if for no other reason than what certain characters end up doing in this chapter. Anyway, as always, we're going to jump straight into the leaks and then get my thoughts afterwards, and of course, the leaks are courtesy of Night Baron and Diab over on Twitter. Okay, so the chapter opens up exactly where the last chapter left off. As Mereoleona's arm is decayed by Morris, she activates Hellfire Incarnate. Morris cynically remarks he'd never seen someone whose body is so close to mana itself. Morris says his revelation, given to him by Lucius, decomposes everything he touches. He commends Mereoleona for immediately regenerating a fist with mana, but he says his revelation and tentacles regenerate faster. Mereoleona and Morris basically keep canceling each other out, but Morris says his tentacle regeneration is faster, so he's wondering how much longer Mereoleona can actually last. One of the Magic Knights say at this rate her body will, but Mereoleona shouts out, "I don't care." Nearby, Fuegoleon is visible with Salamander with some NPCs cheering him on. Magic Knights from his squad are wondering if there's anything they can do. Fuegoleon takes a quick look at Mereoleona and worldly thanks sister. Mereoleona battle screams and Morris confidently says it's over. Two Magic Knights jump in the way of Morris's tentacles, saving Mereoleona. Their dying wish is, "We leave the rest to you." Mereoleona claims she'll punch Morris anyway, and the rest of the Magic Knights scream that Mereoleona needs to be shielded from the attacks. After the first two Magic Knights died, Morris says reducing the allies to ashes who sheltered you, how brilliantly efficient. The Magic Knights sheltering Mereoleona all get disintegrated. Nearby, Fuegoleon comments on the fight. He says it's not like Morris's regeneration and decomposition can last infinitely, and he should also have some limits. Mereoleona is risking her life playing this game. Morris tells Mereoleona no matter how stupid or incompetent you are, Lucius-sama will regenerate you equally. Mereoleona fiercely claims she will definitely burn Morris to death for the dead members of the Magic Knight squad. She unleashes a new spell, Calidus Brachium Purgatory Incineration. Okay, so first off, shout out to the members of the Crimson Lions who heroically gave their lives in this chapter in order to help out Mereoleona. For them to be willing to sacrifice themselves shows that they have an amount of respect and admiration for her that I honestly thought they only had for Fuegoleon. Who, speaking of, what the hell are you doing, man? Fuegoleon has one of the best hacks you could ever ask for in the world of Black Clover, one of the four great spirits, and yet here he is just sitting on the sidelines watching as his sister fights for her life and his subordinates throw themselves at an enemy that could kill them with a single touch. I mean, dude, seriously, if Mereoleona is fighting Morris to a deadlock, then him jumping in and helping her out would definitely get them an easy win. So why is this man not at the very least using one of Salamander's long-range attacks to do damage to Morris while he's focused on his sister? And the only thing I can think of as an excuse as to why he's letting her fight alone is that maybe off screen, Mereoleona told him, demanded from him, to let her fight against Morris in a 1v1. Which, given her personality, I am 99% certain that that's actually what happened. But even still, once their subordinates started throwing their lives away, that request that she made should have completely went out the window, and he should have started helping her out in order to save their lives from having to be sacrificed even more. At this point, my only hope for redeeming this man is that Tabata is saving him for the second half of the saga, where he'll get his revenge for those who die in this fight by unlocking his spirit dive. And now, moving on to Morris. Yeah, I honestly don't have much to say about this guy. And there are very few characters in Black Clover that I truly despise, but he is honestly at the very top of that list, and honestly, the sooner he's dealt with, the better for me. That being said, I will give credit where credit is due. Moore standing his ground against one of the strongest humans we've ever seen in the series is actually pretty impressive. That being said though, he is most definitely a glass cannon, where even though his magic is giving him incredible destructive ability, more than likely he'd fold like an omelet if Mereoleona managed to land a single punch on him. Which might actually end up happening in the very next chapter, as she is apparently unleashing a brand new attack at the very end of this one. And one thing that has been consistent about Mereoleona's abilities is that each brand new spell has been more destructive than the last. But to end this video, I have some terrible news. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait 1 month to see the final results of the surprisingly epic battle. As Shonen Jump as a whole will be going on break next week due to Golden Week in Japan, and Black Clover will be going on break for the next 2 weeks after that, which means we won't be seeing the next chapter until unfortunately May 22nd. So until then, we'll just have to wait and see if Mereoleona will walk away victorious against Morris, or if I'm going to have to say goodbye to one of my top three favorite characters.